to the Miss Francois Show Home Edition. I'm the host of the Miss Francois Show, where we have candid conversations with a barrage of entertainment. We use laughter and humor to help you deal with your dysfunctional relationships. All navigated by me, the host with an exotic Trini accent. You hear it, right? Anyway, as you can see, we've been having amazing young women on the show, women doing amazing things, looking amazing. You have no idea, but it's 10 p.m. right now, and we're recording this. And Miss Cathy Ramos next to me, looking amazing at 10 p.m. at night. See, we don't have any regular female up in here looking crazy. With that said, Miss Cathy Ramos is a wellness coach. She's a mother of two and has been health conscious for over 5 years. She has to be health conscious because both of her kids are under 6. So I don't know what drugs she's taking, but I can't wait to hear about this. And she's going to be helping you with a lot of things having to do with relationship, because a lot of you not doing well in the bedroom and trying to work out and then eating a bunch of stuff and putting bad things in your body. So Cathy's going to help the men with their penises and the woman, I don't know, stay moist. I don't know. Cathy, that's your problem. So Miss Cathy, so first thing I have here is you've been health conscious for over 5 years. So tell me about your health journey and why you wanted to become a health coach, and why health, period.
So before I started my journey, I was literally cheese doodle and grape soda type of person, right? That was my breakfast. And then it was McDonald's, Wendy's. Like, I was eating so bad. And I had just had my daughter. So my daughter was like about a year and a half when I decided to change. And I remember I was looking over at her and she was watching Bubble Puppies, and I'm sitting here and I'm eating, and I'm just like, the TV's raising you. Like, what's going on here? So I'm getting fat. The TV is raising her. And then this flashback came into my mind of this lady. So as I would go to work, I would always see this lady, and she was like 400 pounds. And her daughter would be running laps around the bus stop. And I was like, if that little girl went into the street, I don't think her mom would be fast enough to like grab her. So I'm sitting on the couch and I'm like, I'm this lady. I'm literally turning into this lady. Like, it's crazy. So from there, I went on. And it turns out that I needed more energy. I needed to lose weight. And once I found out what the ingredients were in our food, what the ingredients were in our water, it blew my mind. And I was like, I cannot provide this life for my children. And then in my research, people were like, hey, I'll pay you to give me a cleanse. And I was like, I'm really? This. It worked out amazingly.
So been 5 years. So what it is someone like you would be eating? Oh, carry me through like a basic day of what you would eat.
So we wake up in the morning and we do water, right? So water with lemon at room temperature. Breakfast is always fruit. And then for lunch, we'll do something lighter, so like some zucchini noodles or a salad. And then for dinner, it's kind of like free game, So that's when we're adding our starches, where we'll do like rice and beans with some potones, or what else? Like so I like baked potatoes, so we'll do like some baked potato with like mixed veggies. And that's kind of like our day, snacks are like sherbets or even smoothies, some chips and dip. So that would be it. So the whole rule is 80-20, right? So it's 80% good, 20% bad. As long as you don't go over the 20% bad, you're good.
Okay, so 80% good. So what 20? So some of the things you just mentioned, right? What would be something that's 20% bad that you would add or have?
The potatoes and the rice. So those are starches. So the Great Wall of China was built off of rice glue. And that's the same rice that you're eating. If it's white rice, that's the same rice that you're eating. So just imagine how that kept the Wall of China together for so long. So now look at how it's like pasted on the walls of your digestive system.
That is crazy. I never thought of that.
Yeah, no, it's that's what I'm saying. Before I even went into this, I was like, I love Chinese food, and now it's like the Chinese rice is like sticking to me. You know, like, it was insane. Just like all of the foods that we eat, it's like, wait, what are you doing to me?
But then you're gonna have people say, that's boring. I don't want to be boring. I want to have my steak. I want to have my. It's summertime. You want to barbecue. People want to be doing that. Like, some people would say, why would I sound like I'm starving myself? For what real reason? Because it's supposedly healthy. And some people would also say, I'm gonna continue eating what I'm eating because I'm fine now. And what would you say to those people? Because they're thinking you crazy.
Yeah, no, so they're thinking I'm totally crazy, and then it's that you're thinking more of what you're giving up instead of what you're benefiting from it. So if you take the negative approach of like, well, now I have to give up meat, so am I really going to be full on this? As opposed to now I'm starting to eat healthier, so I'm going to have more energy. I'm going to have clearer skin. I'm not going to be constipated when I'm going to the bathroom. You know, it's these things that are going to help you in the long run. Are you thinking at the moment of just being satisfied?
Yeah.
Or are you thinking long term where, you know, your quality of life needs to elevate instead of, you know, looking at the older people now, like your health is like you're plummeting. Why not change that now by incorporating the healthier habits, right? So what if you went 2 meals a day without the meat and then you did 1 meal with the meat? You know, start off by giving yourself healthier.
That is something I wanted to touch on also, because when they have people that say, okay, I'm going to start eating healthy, say something happened in your life, and then they go cold turkey immediately and try to throw everything out of the fridge, and after a week, they're back to eating whatever. So if someone decide, okay, I want to start eating healthy, how is someone...
Breakfast. So breakfast is hands down the easiest meal to go healthy with, because a smoothie is healthy. You know, you can hit up the juice bar, get like a green juice. That's healthy. You can start off with fruit, a fruit bowl, an apple, a pear, a banana. Especially that breakfast is such a grab and go meal, right? Like, who really sits down and has breakfast? Like, you're on the go. You have to make it to work. You have to get your kids ready. It's one of those, like, you just pick up something and you just eat it. So look at how amazing that fruit fits right in your hand. Like, you can just pick it up and eat it. And so, like, it works.
Well, that's okay. When you say it like that, it doesn't sound as bad. Because as soon as people hear you talk, they're like, what? No sausage, no bacon. She crazy. Miss Francois, I'm not watching your show no more because you got crazy people on it. But you see, a kid get up, she's able to pacify her kid and be fine. Some of y'all, the kid might be running all crazy. So obviously she's feeding her kids healthy. And that's one thing also, your child make a good point. How do you even transition kids? Grown up is one thing, but how do you even think of transitioning kids to eating healthy?
So my son has never had meat, but my daughter has had meat. And there's a book. It's in their room, but it's an awesome book. So it's called the Children's Health Book. And it basically, it talks, so it's the sugar demon, it's the meat monster, it's the starch creature, and the mucus destroyer. So it's planting those seeds in their head, making them aware of what foods are good and what foods are bad. And then it goes into the Health Guardians, where it talks about the fruitarian fighter and the grain crusader and the vegetable warrior. So it's preparing the kids of, like, I want to be a superhero, right? What kid doesn't want to be a superhero? Now you could be a fruitarian fighter eating grapes, you know, or just eating fruit on a regular, and they're gonna want that. It's like, my kids get super hype off of it. They kill even. I mean, I think he's probably like knocked out right now. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So he's knocked out right now. And he's all like, that's the mucus destroyer. Like, we're not doing that, you know? So you're planting those seeds. So when we started with just fruit for breakfast, which is that's what I promote to my clients too, because for us, that was the easiest. And then it went into the lunch and the dinner, where you're already expecting heavier meals. So that's where the transition may get a little bit hard. But then it's zucchini noodles instead of pasta. It's fried mushrooms instead of fried chicken. So it's just finding what's still gonna give you that thing of like, I'm not eating good, when you really are eating good.
And
so this there,
and even with your kids, right? So I get it how you plant it in their head. So even when they go to school and they interact with kids, like anything in general, when you put kids with other kids, that has not been an issue, because that's what I would think.
I homeschool.
Okay.
So I haven't had to deal with that, but a lot of their friends do eat meat, and it's more of the meat is only a portion of the plate. So even when we go to parties and stuff, like everybody has things that you can eat, because the meat and the dairy it's only a section. So we can load up on the pasta, we can load up on the French fries, we can load up on the rice. And then most people have like salads, whether it's fruit salads, green salads, even just like the veggie sticks with the dip, so we're never starving. Another thing is that I don't press my children when we're outside. I believe that they need to be able to make these decisions for themselves. So we talk about it in the house, and we talk about, how animals are our friends. And could you imagine actually going out and killing an animal and then like skinning it and trying to make them visualize what it looks like to kill something? And they're just like, my kids don't even want to kill the ants that are trying to crawl into our house. So I'm like, how are you going to kill like an animal? They eat it. So, but when we go outside, it's like, listen, I have taught you the way of health, and you make your own decisions according to that. So if she'll go out and she'll eat, like, we don't eat colors and numbers. So like red number 6, or like the fake cheese is like yellow 5 or something like that. Like, we don't eat that. But if she'll have cake, I'm like, so how did you feel? And my daughter's like, it was so good. I want to go get another piece. But then afterwards, she's like, all right, so now we have to eat a salad because I had that. So at least it's clicking in her mind that she needs to cleanse that out.
So you guys get this from Kathy, right? You could educate the kids, make sure you instill certain things in their brain, right? But what I'm getting is you brainwash the kids, take them out of school, keep them home, and make sure they do what you tell them to do and eat what you give them to eat. After the brainwashing, when they do get back outside, they'll be fine. See how I summed that up, Kathy?
That's it. If anyone's going to indoctrinate your children, it's going to be you.
It should be you. Yeah. So one thing I wanna get into the next segment is you mentioned foods that help with energy, right? So I just want before we even take a break, just start off by telling that, because the next slide I want to be showing is like some of the foods that you're about to mention that would help with energy.
Well, energy is live foods. So anything fresh, anything live, fruits and vegetables is the way to go. The moment you start adding dead, whether it's overcooked food or even just dead meat, is the moment it starts weighing your body down, because now your body has to work harder to digest it. If it's digesting a lot, and it's tired, because you can't go out and be active when your body, like your actual cells in your body, is trying to digest. This is why after Thanksgiving, you gotta unbuckle your pants and like lay out.
Yeah, it's like everyone passes out.
Yeah, you ate way, like most of the food is cooked, right? It's baked, it's fried, it's cooked, so that automatically weighs you down, which makes you tired.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a quick break. She's gonna tell us some of the foods that we should be eating, or how, because she mentioned the live food. We're gonna discuss maybe some juicing, how that different from just biting directly into the fruit, and the differences. So take a look at the slide and see what you should be eating, okay? And beside us, we're gonna discuss what you could be eating so you'll be better in bed, okay? Because I need some of that. We'll be right back to the Miss Francois Show. Welcome back to the Miss Francois Show. I'm here with Kathy Ramos, who's been giving us some health tips, educating us on things we should be putting in our body. And the next segment going to be a little more fun because I'm here to help you out with your relationships to make sure your man not cheating on you because, ladies, you're not eating the right things to give yourself lubrication and energy to keep your man happy in the bedroom. Okay? Yes, you're welcome. And you're going to thank Kathy also. So, Kathy, I just had a slide with a few fruits and vegetables and certain things that people should be eating and focus on instead of killing the poor animals and cooking them and having it heavy on your chest and then you're falling asleep and calling it ritis, right? That's just an excuse for eating unhealthy, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things is I wanted you to give like some examples of different fruits and you just tell us exactly what we need to be eating basically.
So for a woman, it works really well if you kind of had your clitoris in your head when you went shopping, right? So
okay, it's in my head now.
Okay, cool. So papaya would be actually really good for you because when you cut it in half, that's exactly what it looks like.
Oh my Lord.
Right? So when you cut the clitoris, it's like when you cut the clitoris. No, when you cut the papaya, it looks like your clitoris. So that would actually be a really good food for you. Raspberries. So whether it's raspberry leaves or the actual raspberry is really, really good for cleansing your ovaries. That's another reason why you may not even have sexual drive is because you have an abundance of toxins over your ovaries.
Really?
So if you have a lot of odor, or if you find that like you're really blood clotty or you have a lot of cramps, that's a sure sign that your ovaries are not working to their max potential. Even in going through menopause, like if you're super moody or you have crazy hot flashes, like that's a sign that you need to cleanse your ovaries because that within itself is going to start causing dryness. So the moment that you're dry, it's like it kind of ruins it for everyone. So raspberries are like if you do nothing else, you go buy yourself some raspberry
shopping list, raspberries.
Raspberries. Raspberry leaves, raspberries. You want to do some papaya. Cherries are really good as well. And then always dark leafy greens because you need the fiber to flush out all of the toxins. Whenever you find that you're not in the mood or you're not able to, get up and stay up or to even just to stay super moist, it's because you have a blockage within you.
And when you say what can you eat for that?
So dark leafy greens would be the best.
Okay.
So like kale, bok choy, spinach. The darker the better.
The darker the
would
better.
Be super.
See,
super
the darker
good for
the
that.
better, man. That's how I like my men sometimes, Like I eat my greens.
Just like that, right? So that would be for the women. For men, cucumbers are really good. Zucchinis, eggplants, again because it looks like.
Oh, so wait. So eggplants, cucumbers, and what's the other one? Zucchini. So anything that look like a penis, men should eat it basically, because all those things look like a penis.
Exactly. But that's the easiest way for you to be able to take care of your health. Like I didn't make a mistake. He made it look exactly like it's supposed to look. So that this way you actually start using it.
That is crazy.
Herbs too that are really good is sea moss. So sea moss is phenomenal just at cleansing you and then just boosting the sex drive.
Girl.
Sorry, he's moving. Hold on.
You see, don't worry. She has enough strength. All the stuff she's been eating, she could multitask, okay? She could do an interview and watch her kid.
And then, so maca is really good too. And maca is a superfood. So you're actually going to see that.
That's the green? Is that the greens? Or what is maca?
No, it's a root. So it's brown. But it's found in the same container as the superfood. So when you go to buy your spirulina powder, it should be right next to it. So that's something that you can find at a supermarket, a genderfied supermarket, not at a hood supermarket. Like it has to be in one of those genderfied neighborhoods. Okay. It'll be there. But you can find some in the
I like how you made it sound all very fancy. Genderfied neighborhoods, that's where you find it. Not in the corner store, in the vegetables store in the corner.
So those white people are moving it. No, it'll be there. And then ashwagandha. So ashwagandha is like freaking phenomenal. I mean, you're going to take about 2 tablespoons of just a powder, and you're good to go. Like really, like you are like.
And that's for men and women, or that's for men?
So no, men and women can take both, but the men are going to see much better results because they're the ones who actually need to be higher stimulated in order for them to rise and stay up longer, right? So many times it's like that they'll be able to get up, but then they need to take a break in the middle of it because they're not staying at that same height. You know.
Okay, so what's the name of it again?
Ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha. So I need a bottle of that by my bed. So as soon as he's not doing whatever, I give him 2 tablespoons.
Okay, like 4 hours before. It's not gonna be like, all right, now go.
I'm just making sure, trying to find out everything exactly.
Yeah, it should be like 4 hours before 2 tablespoons of the powder. It should be less if you're gonna get it concentrated in an actual bottle. Like if you get the extract of it, it should be less, but it'll tell you the dosages on the bottle.
Wow, I'm learning so much, girl. Yeah, I'm ready.
Really
I have my list and everything.
Is another one that's good for you.
What is it called?
Ginkgo.
Ginkgo. Okay.
Yeah.
That's one I heard of, but the other one I never heard of. And again, that's what we're on the show, to educate people and let people know these things do exist. And don't be looking down and talking about those people crazy. Those people lasting longer, live longer, and have better sex than you're having right now when you eating your burger. Shame. And what do you think when it comes to like wines and spirits? How does that affect people's diet? That's good or bad, or?
So everything is in moderation. You know, you're supposed to be drinking a glass of wine a day because of the fermentation. It's actually really good at cleaning out your stomach, your liver, and your intestines. But the whole thing is that because it's fermented, you don't want to drink it with anything that is dead, right? Because so once it's dead, it's like the moment it dies, it automatically starts rotting, right? This is why they're pumping the meat with all of those different colors so that it doesn't look brown. It still stays red. Okay. But in the supermarket, like it's been there for a couple of days now. It should have automatically started turning a different color, but then now you're eating it. Right? So now you're going to eat something dead. Your stomach acids are going to start disintegrating it, which just makes it rot even more. Then you wonder why you have like stinky farts and stinky poops, or why you're always so bloated or so gassy. And it's because you're literally rotting from the inside out. So now add some fermented wine to that, and it just makes it that much worse.
Really?
So wine should be drank like 2 hours after a meal, an hour before a meal, but not to be paired with it.
Wow. And that's amazing, because when you go to restaurants or you go to dinner, people are drinking. You know what it is? I think part of it could be just a habit, is whatever, passed on from parents, and this is what you learn, and this is what it is. Do you have, like, I'm from Trinidad. One of the things my dad always say that we're not allowed to drink while we eat. Is there something to that? Like we were only allowed to drink after we eat.
So we're still working on it because we've been so programmed to have that cup right with our meal. But the whole thing is that the moment you start adding drinks, like any type of liquid, you're limiting the acid in your stomach. So you're diluting that acid with whatever you're drinking, so it can't fully break down your food. Your stomach acid is made to disintegrate your food so that your body can pull out the nutrients. Because you're water-based. You're made up of 60 to 80% water. So in order for your body to pull out the nutrients, it has to be in liquid form. So now you have all of this acid, but then you just put in this whole cup of water, so the acid literally got diluted. So it's not as strong anymore to actually break down the foods that you're eating. So a half an hour before you eat or 1 hour after you eat is when you would be drinking.
Wow. I'm learning so much. I mean, I'm pretty smart. We all know Miss Francois is smart, but she's really smart. So it's always good to share this knowledge. Like one of the biggest thing with health is always drink enough water.
Yeah.
And people always calculate how much water you're supposed to drink according to your weight. So just break that down for us when it comes to drinking water.
So your body is made up of 60 to 80% water. That varies on your bone density. So you want to drink anywhere from 60 to 80% of your weight in water daily. So I like stay right at the middle at 70%. So you're going to take your weight, you're going to times it by, do 60, 70, and 80% because the three different numbers will shock you. And most people go with the 60% because it's the lower number.
Okay.
And then you just have to drink whatever that number is. That's how many ounces you're drinking daily. And don't let the number intimidate you because you can get a 20-ounce bottle and drink that like 5-6 times throughout the day, and you've already hit 120 ounces.
Like for me personally, it's really hard for me to drink water. I try to drink it in the morning, and somebody might say, oh, water don't have a taste, but I just don't like drinking water. So that's something that's really, really hard for me. So what would you tell someone that don't want to drink water, don't like water?
You got to flavor it.
Is it okay to, some people buy those little packets and they pour it in there? Is that so? No, okay. I don't do that, so I don't know what you know.
No. So basically, look at the ingredients. If it has any type of preservative in the powder, then you don't want to do that because a preservative is either an antifungal or an antibacterial, right? So the preservative is stopping whatever it is from molding. So once you start ingesting that, you just literally antifungal, antibiotic into your body, and that kills everything, the good and the bad. And then if you're not eating a well-balanced diet, the bad is going to grow faster than the good, which is why so many people walk around with leaky gut and with constipation, because you're eating more preservatives than you are natural fruits and vegetables. So flavor the water. You can throw in, some mint. You can throw in some lime. You can throw in lemons. You can throw in cucumbers. You can throw in strawberries. I mean, like whatever type of fruit you like, just put it in the water.
Okay, well, I must say this has been a very interesting interview, and I have definitely learned a lot, and I hope our audience learn a lot and stop being lazy. Okay, maybe you might need some additional preparation, and especially starting something this new, but don't be lazy. Okay, at least you'll live longer and have better sex. Okay, I'm just focused on sex, whatever. I haven't had.
Well, no, that's the thing that's gonna motivate you to keep on going.
See,
right? Because if you step up your sex life, then you're like freaking man on fire. How could you not keep on going?
Awesome.
The first thing is really just breakfast and water. If you can just start with those two things, you're golden.
Okay. So repeat it again. Water and
fruit for breakfast.
Water and fruit for breakfast. So Kathy, tell us where people can definitely get in contact with you if they want to find out more information about being healthy.
So you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. It's Exuding Wellness, EXUDING Wellness. And then you can always just DM me from there, and I have a bunch of videos on there that are going to be able to just help you make the transition.
Okay, and in case you can't spell or you didn't get what you're saying, I'm going to be putting it down there because I can't trust some of you people, okay? With that said, I want to say thank you, Kathy Ramos, for educating us. Thank you for being a guest on the show. This was an awesome episode. And don't forget to follow Miss Francois, multi-talented and super sexy, okay, on all social media. So join me next time for our next amazing guest. Only amazing and powerful women on my show. Right, Kathy? Bye, everyone.